Man, I like that song. Makes me want to dance. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to your favorite 49ers players' favorite show of the week, the Cohn phone. You already know Jimmy Ward's watching, George Kittle's watching. I mean, they're all watching. They're all huddled around like, what is Shardal going to say this week? What's Waruna going to say? What's Aaron Joseph going to say? What's the Mech going to say? I don't know. That's why we do it here on the Cohn phone. I don't have much to say today. I'm going to get right to the calls. We got about an hour and a half. Let's give the 49ers players what they want. Let's do it. Hello there, sir.
Oh, shoot, I'm first?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man.
Oh, this is stress-inducing way to kick off the show. I'm trying to remember what I was going to say. Sorry.
We're just laying down some tracks.
Oh, I was just playing piano. Usually when I'm
Oh,
waiting.
nice.
Yeah, when
I caught you.
I like to fiddle around with the piano and just see it, like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
me too. Me too.
Just go. I can't play it right now. Anyways.
What's on your mind, man?
Well, I know this feels like such last week news or whatever, but I was wanting to say on the Cohn phone, I wanted to bring up a player I thought we could trade, but then it kind of hit me out of nowhere that his cap hit might be too much for the Falcons for the Julio Jones trade.
Oh, yeah?
Not going to lie, I was going to say, can we ship Eric Armstead off to the Falcons for Julio? I'd be more than fine with that. But then I realized,
the whole thing is they need cap space for their rookies. Yeah.
And I realized his contract's too big. But man, I'm not gonna lie, I've never been a huge fan of Eric Armstead.
Eric, you hear that? He's talking about you. Aaron Joseph, not a big fan of yours. I didn't say it. It was Aaron this time.
I'm sorry, Eric, if you're watching.
Personally, I'm a big fan of Eric Armstead, as he knows, but you're very critical. I understand.
Hey, I'm sorry. This might be a big shot. I always thought he was overshadowed by the other guy that we ended up trading. And I thought that guy was really good, but then, I don't know. I just never thought he was that good. And then I guess I wanted to also ask, because you brought him up way back when I brought up Vernon Davis, not to bring up past 49ers players, but what was it like to cover Michael Crabtree?
He basically ghosted the press until about what was his last year on the Niners? 2014? It was about his last year on the Niners.
Yeah, I remember when everyone was just getting released and was retiring, and then we lost all those players. He was one of the last guys out there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're out the door.
So here's my favorite Michael Crabtree story. So hold on, I just want to get the year his final. I wanted to get this right because I love Michael Crabtree. Actually, I didn't like him at all until the very end, and then I loved him because of one day. It was a funny story. So, okay, Crabtree. His last year was 2014. Right. Okay, so he didn't play super great in 2014. 68 catches, but only 698 yards, 10.3 yards per catch, career low, four touchdowns. I mean, he really didn't play that great. The year before, he had missed 11 games with an Achilles injury. So he was coming off the Achilles injury, and he was kind of slow, if you remember that. So that was the last Harbaugh year, and things were kind of spiraling out of control. So, end of the year, I'm trying to say maybe December, we finally get Michael Crabtree in a group around his locker. He didn't like talking to the media at all. Fair enough. I think he had a little social anxiety. So we finally are talking to him, and everyone's trying to ask, how come you're not playing well this year? Is your foot okay? Because he'd had foot issues, Achilles issues, all this stuff. And the reporters were kind of dancing around the issue and not really asking it that directly. But there was every question was about it. And Michael Crabtree just blew up, and he said, he said, what did he say? He said, what y'all want to know? He said, he just got really upset. Why you asking about my foot all the time? He had a specific way of putting it, but he said, it was so funny. He blew up and was like, why you guys keep asking me about my feet? What is up with that? And I was like, well, Michael, you're not having a good season. And we want to know if it's because of the foot or another reason. And he looked at me like, man, at least you said it. I was like, well, what are you going to say? And he was like, well, Vernon Davis isn't having that great of a season either. You're going to ask him about his foot? I was like, hey, man, fair enough. Fair enough.
Hey, Vernon Davis is no, you're not allowed to do that. That's
so he brought Vernon into it. And then we were leaving the locker room to go to practice. And I was walking out with Vernon. And we were just joking around, and like Crabtree comes over. He's like, "You hear this, Vernon? You hear this, Vernon? He wants to know why we're not having a good year. He wants to know why we're not having a good year." And like at that point, Crabtree's like, "All right, man, you're cool. Like at least you're not scared of me." So I actually liked Crabtree after that. I don't know. He kind of like yelled at us and put us in our place. Like, just ask the question you want to ask. And I was like, "All right, man, you're not playing well. What's the deal?" He was like, "All right, fair." And he's basically was saying is like, "Nah, man, it's just this whole team sucks. Look at Vernon Davis's numbers." I was like, "Yeah, that's true." Because in the next year, Crabtree went to the Raiders and played really well. So I guess he had a point.
I can't really
Anyway, I got to take more calls.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I could tell you that story, man. Go back to playing some of that harpsichord.
I'm actually getting ready to go play some drums in a second. So, yeah.
I love that about you.
Yep. See ya.
See you soon, man. Take care. That's my Michael Crabtree story. Hey, the Mech, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I haven't been able to come on very often.
Yeah, but I've seen you in other forms.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good. I have a bit of a free day, so that's cool.
Me too.
I wanted to talk about Shanahan because I was thinking, I thought about this a while ago, but I haven't been able to come on, so I haven't been able to talk about it. Mm-hmm. It all started when the schedule came out for the 49ers. And people are saying, we're playing against all these teams who have first-year coaches, right?
Yes.
As if it's this bad thing and they're going to play bad, right?
Lions week 1, yes.
And I feel Eagles, like Shanahan gets a lot of like hate, and he doesn't get some of the benefits that other guys do get, like benefits of the doubt. I mean, within your channel, people around here, because a lot of people love him. We know, like within the organization, they love him. But I think about his past within the 49ers. He got here, his first year didn't do well, as most coaches do when they start in a team. And ever since then, he's had quite a few problems with the team. No quarterback, no team that actually fits together. When he did, the one time he had like a good team, he got to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. He didn't win it, but he got there, and he could have won. It was really close. It wasn't like a blowout or at the end a bit, but throughout the game, it was really close.
Okay.
And he's been there before as an offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. Getting to the Super Bowl is hard. We know that. Like, it's really hard to get there. Yeah. But somehow some teams and some guys just do it often. Brady gets there all the time. Like, teams do get there often. There's like a set of skills maybe, or a few things that can make it easier for you to get there. Mm-hmm. It seems like Shanahan has that. He has something. Maybe it's his genius play design, or the way he chooses a play in the game, and then he chooses the next one to be a wrinkle that makes it work. He clearly has that set of skills. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets there more often. And we talk about Andy Reid. Didn't he like get there before, and he just
5 times? He went to the NFC Championship game 5 times in a row. Harbaugh went to the NFC Championship game 3 times in a row.
So I think like he's been a head coach for 4 years, and some people are already thinking like, no, he's not a good head coach. He's a good offensive coordinator, but he's not a like. What matters is in the end is how you get there. And I feel like he's gonna, maybe not with the 49ers. I hope it is, because it's 49ers. But I feel like he gets a bit underrated in the fact that you don't have to be some sort of coach to get there. You just need to get there, however you do it.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. What's your expectation for him in the 49ers this year? Does he have the team?
I think he has the team, but the thing about the injuries has got me a bit worried. Yeah. And it already started. It's like, I hope it doesn't continue. And maybe that's something he needs to work on. And maybe this won't be the year. Maybe it will. Okay. We don't know. And I am a bit optimistic because, as you've said, he is doing specific Lance stuff in practice.
Yeah.
And that was something we were like worried about. Will he? Is he fully in on the Lance experience? It looks like he is. He is doing what we need him to do. So that gives
true.
me
That's
a
a
bit
good
of
point.
hope about the future. Maybe not this year, because this year's a transition year. Whatever.
That's how I see it. Maybe next year. Next year should be the year.
Yeah. And hey, maybe Jimmy will be healthy. And if Jimmy's healthy, they got a good chance of at least getting to the playoffs.
Yep. Well, here's the way I look at Kyle Shanahan. I mean, I'm really on the fence with him big time because he hasn't given me a one-on-one yet. If he does, then I'll become a huge Kyle Shanahan fan. I'll sing his praises all the time. So the really ball's in your court. Kyle, what kind of coverage do you want? Do you want skeptical, independent coverage, or do you want me to be your biggest cheerleader? It's an easy call. Let me know what you want. Jimmy Ward made the call. I mean, you can make it too. Hey, Matt, great to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Take care, man.
See you.
Hey, Waruna, real quick. I'm supposed to plug my Twitch real quick. If you're watching, subscribe to my Twitch because then you get free access to my Discord channel, which is really the most exciting thing in the internet right now. It's like the VIP treatment. So twitch.tv/RealGrantCohn. I'm supposed to, there you go. Josh Mangold is my Twitch manager. So I'm just trying to make him happy. What's up, Waruna? How you doing?
Yeah, doing good. How are you?
Great to see you. He's in the Discord. Waruna's in the Discord.
Yes.
That's right.
We are having a good time on Discord.
We are. What's on your mind?
Okay. Today I have a few players listed down. I want to ask you to make their presence worth to 49ers, what should be the minimum level of achievement they should do in 2021 season?
Okay.
First, Jimmy.
What do you want me to project again?
So basically, to be worth on this team, right? Mm-hmm. What should be their minimum level of achievement in 2021?
What he's worth?
Yes, let's say as a quarterback, if the Jimmy wants to be the starting quarterback on this team going forward,
got it.
What's the minimum level he should achieve in 2021?
Man, that's tough. He's gonna need to maintain his third down acumen. He was the third down guy 2 years ago. He's got to be good on third down. He's got to continue to. He's got to basically maintain his 2019 level. If he dips below that, I think the Niners will move on. He has to show at least not growth, but consistency. And if he starts like last year, I think if he plays more like last year, it's over for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I believe he should be at least perform at the level in top 10 quarterbacks in NFL. Otherwise, there is no point.
Yeah.
Then next guy is George Kittle.
Oh man, the expectation for him is to be the best tight end in the league. He doesn't he could be the second best tight end, but missing half the season, he has to be the best blocking tight end. The leading receiver on the expectations are very high for him, and he fell quite short last year for obvious reasons. We don't hold him against him, but the expectation still is the highest for George Kittle.
Okay, agreed. Other guy is Kinlaw.
I think the expectations are high for him too. I think people expect him to have this monster breakout season and have 8 sacks at least. I don't expect that, but I think that is the expectation.
Do you think he should be within top 5 defensive players in 49ers at least?
Yeah, first round pick, top 15, replacing DeForest Buckner. He better be. I don't expect that he will be, but he needs to be.
Okay. And Brandon Ayuk, the last guy.
Same. I think the expectations for him are even higher than Kinlaw, even though he was drafted after Kinlaw, because he played better than Kinlaw last year. Hurt now, but I think Niner fans are expecting 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns minimum.
Okay. Any other players on your mind that you think should come to a certain level?
What are the expectations for him? I think Niner fans are expecting him to play exactly like he played in 2019, and that might not be realistic.
Yes, that's true. That's
the only other one. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Great to see you, man. Take care.
Bye.
The legend, the one and only. Hold on. Matt says, started late, but your new intro is elite. Donation for the increased production value. Keep it up, Grant. Love the show. Hey, man, that was all Jesse Naylor. I'm terrible with that kind of stuff. Jesse hooked it up. Jesse is super nice. All right. It's Camperman time. It's Benjamin Camperman time. What's up, Ben? What's up, man?
Good, dude.
You got a little green screen going on behind you?
What? Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice, man.
So I'm pretty pumped though, because I don't know, we're going somewhere this week, but I'm pumped because I think maybe sometime this week we could do a show with Rob Shue. Like I was
Okay, we'll definitely find a time. It's just Tuesday is OTA day. Last OTA.
I know.
Yeah.
Wait, what about Mondays for you? Is that?
Mondays. Yeah, I mean we could work it out. Probably better at night though.
Yeah.
We do a nighttime show. Yeah, that sounds good. We can do Monday night. Yeah.
Yep. My first one was: is Richie James still in contention for the number 3 wide receiver?
Yeah, but he's hurt. You can't
That's
compete when you got to pull whatever he's got, hammy. So yeah, absolutely. But I think like that number 3 wide receiver is going to be situational. Is it first and second down? Is it third down? Is it the red zone? Is it not? Because on third down, you're going to get guys like Sanu, Jennings, Hurd. On first and second down, you'll get guys like James and Travis Benjamin to stretch the field on play action. Right.
Yeah, and then my second one, do you think Ambry Thomas will make the team?
Yeah, absolutely. 3rd round pick. They're not going to cut him. Yes, I do. I
think the reason why I asked that was because since he hasn't been doing that great, I guess they're not going to give up. Like Jalen Hurd, they could have cut him a few years ago, but instead they are keeping him because they don't want to give up on him. But that's the only reason why I asked that question. Because
those draft picks pretty much have like 4-year guaranteed contracts. So teams are always going to give him a chance because there's no financial benefit to giving up early on a guy. Also, if I said he was not doing well right away, he got beat on 1 rep by Travis Benjamin in 1 practice. I haven't seen much from Ambry Thomas. The last practice, again, it was 70 yards away, and I had to watch through binoculars. So I'm watching the ball, which I hate. When it's in front of you, you can stand at an angle behind, like a 45-degree angle behind the line of scrimmage, and you can see all 22 players, and it's great. So I have no idea how Ambry Thomas was covering in practice the other day. He might be doing just great. I'll let you know. He hasn't done anything alarmingly bad yet.
I'm a Michigan fan. I watched.
What do you think of Ambry? Tell me.
He's definitely. I watched a few games of him because he opted out last season. So I guess it would have been the season where they got kicked by Ohio State, and they were actually pretty good that season. But he's good. I definitely think he was really raw. He likes to commit a lot of penalties. That's for sure.
What I've noticed with him is he doesn't get a good jam at the line of scrimmage, but he has his hand on the receiver the entire way through the route.
And that sometimes can be really bad because that's what, like, if you have a tight referee, that's what will get it called. And that's why he has a few flags per game.
I don't think the expectations for him should be through the roof. I mean, he was the 102nd pick in the draft. Good corners don't go that late. It's a really important position. If he was premium, he would have been a top 40 pick. Let's be honest.
Yeah, anyway. And I really still think we should have gone Asante Samuel, but
good call.
I mean,
you will always have to wonder, was it, should they have stayed there and taken Asante Samuel, or was trading down for Banks the right move? Because trading down allowed him to trade back up for Sermon. So,
and do you think, well, yeah, that's true. And Trey Sermon, we do need him, but do you think Aaron Banks would have went right after that pick? Or do you think he would have dropped?
I don't know. That's a good question because a lot of the sites had Aaron Banks ranked way lower than that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. When he got drafted, I didn't actually know like that much about him yet. But that guy was not even on my radar. But so I have another topic, but I'm gonna probably save it for next week or something.
Good idea. I got to take some more calls, but Ben, you killed it. Great to see you. Yep. And we'll me, you, and Rob. We'll work it out.
Okay.
All right, man. What's up? What's up? Great show last night. If you guys didn't see it, Amin hosted a roundtable on the show. It was Jackhammer, Jesse, Ben Meyerson, and So Real Sneal. A bunch of heavy hitters, and Amin the Dream organized the whole thing. He kept some people in check. Jack was making an impassioned defense of Joe Montana, and Amin was like, wait. Did he do that in the Super Bowl? And Jack was like, no. It was very funny. I've never seen Jack so defeated. You were like, yeah, that's right. So anyway, Amin, great to see it.
So today I want to talk about the pros and cons of trading for Julio Jones. Because I looked at it, and there's more cons of signing Julio Jones than there are pros of signing Julio Jones. Because the 2 pros that come to mind is that you're trading for a future Hall of Famer. And another pro is that it'll also help Trey Lance because he's a rookie and having a guy like Julio Jones. But then there's more cons than pros of signing Julio Jones because Julio Jones' injury concern from last year. He didn't play that many games. He's getting old. And also, like, the Niners are going to have to give up a lot if they want to get Julio Jones. Because
Yeah.
like if an AFC team outbids them, then the Niners, how are they going to trade for Julio Jones? Because then they're going to have to give him more than an AFC team. Because if I was the Falcons, and even if I was getting the same offer from the Niners and an AFC team, I would trade Julio to the AFC because I don't have to deal with him if I see them in the playoffs. I don't want to deal with him because we're in the same division. So they're going to have to, if they're trading, if we give them the same offer and an AFC team gives them the same offer, they're easily going to take the AFC team's offer over the NFC team's offer. So we have to give up more assets than all the AFC teams if an AFC team is trading for Julio Jones. There's a bunch of cons.
Yeah, I mean, like the Niners would have to outbid AFC teams significantly, right?
Yeah,
because it's not in the Falcons' interest to send him to the Niners at all. Because here's the thing. Here's the way I look at it, right? For the Falcons, their coaching staff, even though they're trading Julio Jones, the goal is still to make the playoffs. And only 7 teams make it. And the Niners could be one of them or not. The Falcons could be one of them or not. And if you send Julio Jones to the Niners, you just solidified the Niners as a playoff team. That you just made it that much harder for you to make the playoffs, and you made your job security that much more tenuous. So yeah, you want to send them to the AFC. Are you kidding?
Yeah, you definitely want to send them to the AFC over the NFC. That's for sure. But there's also like the injury also, that's a really big con for me. And also his age, right? And you're gonna have to give up a lot. So there's more cons than there is pros. Like the 2 pros, like I said, were that it'll help Trey Lance as a rookie because you're giving him a future Hall of Fame receiver, and Julio Jones is a future Hall of Fame receiver. But in the cons, kind of like take me off from trading for Julio Jones because his health, his injury concern, because he only played like 8 or 7 games last year, and then also you're gonna have to give up a lot more than you need to give up for Julio Jones because like even like people said on last conference, like you have Debo, like why they don't want Debo. Like Debo is used completely different in our offense than they're gonna use him on the Falcons offense. The Falcons are pass first team, and Debo on our team isn't used as a true receiver like Ayuk is. Debo is used to run jet sweeps with Jimmy Garoppolo under center. It could change with Trey Lance, but Debo's not a true receiver, so they don't want Debo. They don't. We could trade him a running back, but then we'd also have to give him at least like 2 seconds in the fourth. So we would have to give up a lot to get Julio Jones, and I don't think it's worth to get Julio Jones to give up that much. And you're also have to outbid an AFC team. I just don't think it's worth it to trade for Julio Jones. There's more cons than there are pros for trading for Julio Jones.
Yeah, and not to mention how expensive the 32, 33, 34-year-old receiver is going to be. I mean, he was great, but is he going to be great in his mid-30s? How many wide receivers are great in their mid-30s? I mean, Jerry Rice was, but some guys fall off. Some guys get slow. Remember Pierre Garçon? Not that he was ever as good as Julio Jones, but this was right around the time that he came to the Niners and fell off completely. So I don't know. This guy missed 7 games last year. Who's to say he's not going to miss 7 games next year? That's what happened with Pierre Garçon. He played a very physical style, Julio, and things. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, man. I mean, unless the Niners can get him for like a 6th-round pick and the Falcons pick up half his salary, maybe. But not going to happen.
And I don't. And also, like, if the Niners give Julio or offer to the Falcons and it doesn't work out, I would rather trade instead of for Julio. Trade it for Gilmore, trade it for J.C. Jackson. Because we need a corner more than I honestly think we need a corner more than we need a receiver. Because a cornerback is a huge position of need for us. So instead of trading for Julio Jones, if we are going to make an offer for Julio Jones, instead of Julio Jones, trade for Gilmore or J.C. Jackson because that's a really big positional need for us more than we need a receiver because we drafted a receiver last year. So
that's true. They drafted 2 receivers last year, and the second one's looking pretty good in camp so far. Hey, man, good call me. Go for it. Yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
The Niners really need to re-sign Fred Warner as soon as they can because there's another linebacker that's in the need for signing is Darius Leonard. And if Darius Leonard gets a huge contract and Fred Warner goes and says, I feel like I want more money than this guy because I'm better than him, then the Niners are screwed because they're not going to be able to pay for Fred Warner if Darius Leonard is getting like this huge $50+ million contract and Fred Warner is like, I want more money than this guy. And then also, I think next year, Devin White also getting paid next year, right? If I remember correctly, because Devin White's also going to get paid next year. So you better get that deal done as soon as you can, or Fred Warner could ask more money than Darius Leonard. And then if you sign him next year, you're going to have to pay him more than Devin White because Devin White's also going to want a lot of money because this year he put up like 9 sacks, 100+ tackles. So Devin White was productive this year. So was Darius Leonard. So you got to pay him as soon as you can. Give him a deal done. Otherwise, he's gonna probably ask for more money than those guys because he thinks he's better than those guys, which he is. But he's probably gonna ask for more money than those guys.
That's right, John. Listen to Amin. He's trying to tell you how to do it. That's free game. Thank you, Amin.
Thanks for having me on. It's fun. Cohn is the best.
Oh man, you killed it, man. Great job. See you next time.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. See you in the Discord. Russ Button says, next Shanahan interview, cite injury stats for his teams versus Harbaugh and earlier teams. Why more injuries now? Ooh, that's vicious, man. You think Kyle didn't like me before? I'll do it. But here's the thing. I can't do it now because if I do it now, Kyle's just going to be like, well, we're not that injured. I mean, these guys are all coming back. So I got to ask that at the right time. Kyle cannot just weasel out of it and be like, we're not injured. It's June. These are all minor injuries. So I will, but at the right time. Good call. Hold on. There were a couple more. Here we go. Heard Levi Stadium is handing out Chardal rally towels for their home opener. You hear that, Chardal? They might be. Preston Reynolds says, doesn't make sense to trade for Julio. Too much investment for a run-heavy team. McDaniel as OC and draft picks this year prove this is a running team. Yeah, man, they got a Jones at wide receiver anyway. Where's Chardal? Is he here? Man, this dude isn't even here. We may not have a Chardal today. Oh, it's all right, though. I'm going to jump someone to the beginning that I haven't seen before. Hello.
Oh, hey, what's up, Grant?
How you doing?
Fan of you. Yeah, I mean, you're actually my favorite reporter. I didn't know you at first, but I always heard on the press conferences where you always throw out those oddball questions and people online hate you, but I love you, actually.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I didn't know you were Lowell's dad, Lowell's son.
Son, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He's great. He's my favorite reporter, actually.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell him.
I got two questions for you. First one, I kind of want to talk about the state of California. So June 15 is when we're opening. The state of California is opening. I was just wondering, how is protocols kind of being handled by the team, vaccinated versus unvaccinated players, the staff, and in terms of media access with you?
I'm not sure yet. They're slowly letting us. We can watch practice without a mask. That's the only thing we've gotten so far. Still no in-person interviews. I read an article yesterday that they're going to try to have some in-person interviews, but no locker room access for the foreseeable future, which is so not surprising. I think fans are going to be allowed to come. I don't know what they're going to have to do. I don't think you have to show a vaccination record because I think that's unconstitutional. But it's going to be full stadium. So I'll find out more. I'll ask the PR staff when I'm down there.
All right, cool. And my second one is more about like long-term views of like roster construction for the 49ers and just in terms of front offices in general. As we all kind of know, like the rookie salary contract is kind of the most important things to building a Super Bowl caliber roster, right? Like you have a cost-controlled quarterback and you kind of have like a 2 to 3 year window where you kind of go for it while the rest of your team, you can kind of have money to build a really good team around you. And so I was just thinking, do you think something like that would happen in the future, like particularly with the 49ers, like maybe they take like 4 years of using Lance and then maybe the 5th year, kind of like Lamar Jackson, like instead of kind of taking that 5th year, maybe you try to trade them and flip them at their high peak. Then you have your team and kind of keep that cycle going. So you also have a really good team around you.
I think a team's going to do that eventually. I've been actually talking about that for years. Because I think that's the big advantage. I mean, look at all like the Bills right now have that advantage. The Chiefs used to have it. And obviously, if you have a quarterback that you feel is going to be the greatest quarterback of all time, like Patrick Mahomes, fine, keep him. But if you don't, you don't have to give him the hugest contract of all time. You might want to do what you just suggested. I don't know if the Niners are going to do that. Obviously, trading up to 3, they're hoping he'll be the quarterback for the next 20 years. But I think the Rams, in retrospect, probably wish they had done that with Jared Goff. I think the freaking Eagles, same thing with Carson Wentz. So as more teams make the mistake of giving mediocre quarterbacks Mondo extensions just because they drafted him in the first round, one team's going to do that and have success. And it's a copycat league. So it'll be interesting to see which team has the courage to go out on a limb and blaze a trail there. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the Super Bowl in salary cap era, other than like Tom Brady, like there's a ton of like average quarterbacks that kind of got hot runs with a really good team and they won it, like Nick Foles just recently. I feel like it could happen, and I feel like that's kind of like the way of the future.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens next year when Garoppolo's gone. Trey Lance is the quarterback, and the Niners aren't spending nothing on that position. What they can do. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate
Thanks
it.
for calling in, Gavin. Where are you calling from?
South Bay, San Jose.
Nice, man. Well, thank you.
All right. Take care.
Take care. All right. Go back to the first in the line. Sorry, I jumped you, man. What's up, Gojira?
Oh, crap.
What's up?
Oh, my muted? No, sorry.
Hey, what's up? I see your mom. What's going on? Hey, yo!
Oh, no, that's my grandma on the back.
Oh,
sorry,
grandma,
dude.
what's up? How you doing?
I wanted to talk about our last win on week 16.
All right.
I did not expect to jump in here like that.
Was this the one over the Cardinals? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I put it in the Discord too and typed it out.
Okay.
CJ
nice.
Beathard was playing that game. He started, I think.
Yeah, he balled out.
Yeah, he did. He was doing a lot of shotgun, I noticed. And
yes.
Kyle Shanahan was calling options for him as well.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about
that. He did,
right?
He ran a couple of times, which is always so cute.
He got pretty good yardage on it. He got first downs on it too. I mean, he made some good reads, but I would just say imagine Trey Lance in that area. I think we would do some really good things.
I agree. And I was surprised that the Niners didn't give CJ Beathard a 9-year extension after that game. Yeah. I think it really speaks to Kyle Shanahan's growth that he didn't. And the fact that they kept Josh Rosen over CJ after he did that shows you that the Niners must like Rosen. Because they like CJ.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they do too.
Yeah.
And I like Rosen too. I like having 2 first-round picks as our backups right now. I think that's a great position to be in for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it too. I think the thing I like about Rosen too is he's a developmental prospect, and Kyle Shanahan has the cachet. Like if it were Robert Saleh, you couldn't really pump him up because no one would expect that he could. You know what I mean? Yeah. But there's always Andy Reid could do it. Sean Payton could do it. Mike McCarthy could do it back in the day. You just use your little mystique, and people think, oh man, well he learned under the best. He must be good now. Boom, first round pick.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, man. I think I don't know how this new defensive coordinator is going to be, but I hope he's great. I don't know. I hope our defense is good because we have all the pieces around us. So, that's what I wanted to come on here and say for today. I
appreciate it, man. Good to meet you. Where are you calling from?
I'm in Arizona, actually.
Hey. Yeah, I've been talking on my channel about how Arizona Cardinals have no fans. So you're in Arizona and you're a Niner fan. And why am I not surprised? Have you always been from Arizona? How'd this happen?
Yeah, I'm always in Arizona, and then I just grew up watching the Niners. I've been a fan. I've been a fan of them since day one.
How old are you?
I'm 23 right now.
There you go. And what part of Arizona?
Phoenix, the hottest part right now.
That's cool. That's cool. My wife's from the desert out in Southern California, and I always feel like it's very Phoenixy. It's kind of what it reminds me of.
No, it is. When you go down there, it definitely is hot. It's humid. It's kind of like that.
I like it. I like that.
Yeah, it's nice at first, and then you get used to it, and it's like, oh man, just get.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to leave, right? Yep.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good to see you, dude.
All right, man. Thank you.
Gojiera is in the Discord. If you want all the famous people in 49ers Twitter on my Discord. If you're trying to get some of this action, man, you're really missing out. Another guy who's in the Discord. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
I learned recently the past OTA report, Kevin Givens' assault charge was dropped.
Good.
Yeah, I saw that from.
When I saw that thing, it's like, man, 2 men got in a fight. Can't they work this out? Does this have to ruin Kevin Givens' life? I mean, can't they work this out? It seems like they did. Good.
So, also here in NFC North Country, Daniel Hunter, the star defensive end on the Vikings, is having a contract dispute. And with D'Amico Ryans, would that be something the team would consider? I mean, John Lynch and Stutz.
Say who's having a contract dispute?
Daniel Hunter, the defensive end on the Vikings. He had 14 and a half sacks and 18 and 19, and then missed last year with a herniated disc.
Ooh.
That's the only thing that was kind of, I saw that, I was like, oh, but.
I wouldn't do it. I think another team could do it, but these are the Niners we're talking about. They're the injury team. They already have D Ford. Yeah, man, it's like these bargain shopping things. Like the Niners need to stop. It's like your friend. They keep getting these blemished things at flea markets. It's like, man, you need to stop. Stop doing this. It doesn't work out for you. It's not your thing.
Yes.
No, it's a good idea, but for another team, I think for another team.
I understand and agree.
Yeah.
And one last off topic. I was driving through Chicago like 10 years ago, and I was on the sports radio station because I don't know all the radio stations there. They just kind of change.
Right.
So they had a topic called famous encounters or brush with fame. So a guy calls in and says, I sent my daughter out of the city to go to college.
Yeah.
He sent her down south somewhere. I was like, okay, I think I know where it's going, but I'll play along. At the time, she was dating the star athlete on campus.
Oh, yeah?
Like, okay, I really think I know where it's going, but, father comes down, visit the college and meets the athlete.
Mm-hmm.
The father asked the athlete, I would like for you to marry my daughter. He was like, okay. And then the athlete says, sir, I can't do that. They're projecting me to be a first-round NFL draft pick. Jerry Rice.
Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm going to be stupid, rich, and famous, and it's just not going to work out. But thank you. It was very nice to meet her.
Yeah. So, my brother worked backstage where the wrestlers were. That's how he met The Rock and Triple H. His thing was get the people who don't belong backstage out, and then he would walk the other way and he would bump into them. And like both those guys are huge.
I'm sure. That's really cool, man. Hey, when I go to Chicago, I'm going to want your suggestions again in one take because you've been giving me rapid fire, but I'm going to need them. So I appreciate it. All right.
Well,
thanks, man.
We'll take care of that.
You're in Milwaukee, right?
Huh?
Yeah. You're in Milwaukee, right?
I'm going there in a little bit.
Okay, cool. All right, man.
All right. Thank you,
All
Grant.
right, man. Take care. Guys, I got a big surprise for you, all right? A big surprise. Oh, wait. He bounced. Are you kidding me, man? Chardal was in here and he left. He was in here for 5 minutes. What is that? Can someone go find Chardal and tell him to come back? What the hell is that? He was literally in here. You guys saw him in here, right? You saw him in the waiting room, and then he bounced. How did he do that? He just thought he wasn't going to, I wasn't going to put him to the front of the line. That's ridiculous. What is that? Man, he's like a legend. He's like Elvis was in here, and now he's gone. Elvis has left the building, and no one can contact him. He has no idea. Man, that's really disappointing. What's up, Steven? I mean, not to say that you're come down, but we're all waiting for Chardal. So
no worries, man.
What's up?
No worries. He's a tough act to follow. I'll go ahead and say that right away. But how do you feel about these 4 players being trade collateral for to possibly get our draft picks back?
Yeah.
After this season, Craycraft, Hasty, Rosen, Street. And I'm talking Contavious Street, the guy who put Drew Brees on retirement.
Yeah, no. The first two, no, they're former undrafted guys who I like, but they don't have trade value. The other two, Rosen's a quarterback who was a top 10 pick. Street is a defensive tackle who's about 300 and something pounds and runs fast. He's interesting. I don't know if he'll actually get the playing time to boost he has potential. Like, let's say Javon Kinlaw gets hurt, misses a season, and Contavious Street steps in and has a Kerry Hyder year. Yeah. Maybe you get something for him because he was a 4th round pick. Rosen, though, I think is the holy grail here. He is you could turn him into money. You know what I'm saying? You could turn him from water to wine if you put some work into him and give him, and he has some good performances in preseason. Rosen is the one that I think you could flip. He's like you're a house hunter and you're going to flip that house and turn it into a mansion, hopefully.
Well, here's the thing, because we all know that Rosen, when he got drafted to the Cardinals, he was doing decent, but he just didn't have the right talent. He had Larry Fitzgerald on his team. Then he got switched over to the Dolphins, had absolutely nobody, no talent, so his average sunk. He got punished for it. But now he's with the winning team, and you can see he wants to stay with us, so he's doing everything. He sees Trey Lance and he sees Jimmy, and he sees that those two are the guaranteed spots, and he's like, no, I want to be here more than obviously Nate Sudfeld. Like, yeah, Sudfeld is super tall, but just be honest, he's lackluster.
He is, he is super tall, but he's lackluster. But, I mean, the fact that the Niners kept Rosen over Mullins and Beathard, who they're invested in and they like, says a lot about what they think about Rosen. It doesn't mean Rosen will make the team. He might be on the practice squad, but I think there's like a mutual agreement. Like, hey, man, you're going to have to earn it, but we like you. If you like us, we'll stick with you. But you're going to have to like build it from the bottom. And I think he's into it. He's still only 24 years old. Who cares? There's no rush for him.
I thought he was like close to his like my age. I thought he was 26. I was like,
right?
What?
No, but I think when he left UCLA, he was a junior. He was, man, he's super young.
He's super young, and all the games I've watched him, he knows how to thread the needle like
No
really
question.
well.
And people like say that he's not mature. Like, well, yeah, he's 24. Can you give him a
What do you
chance?
expect?
I was immature when I was 24. Let's give him a chance. Can really throw. Yeah.
But
I like that we're talking about Rosen, man. My favorite topic.
Dude, he's just a diamond in the rough that we happen to score. When I saw that we picked him up, I was like, oh, I like this. I like this. He might.
Kyle should
not
always
start.
be doing this, man. He should always be trying to do reclamation projects that he can trade. Like, why doesn't McVay do that? He brought in Bortles. Get the hell out of here. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I know,
but
right?
Rosen has real possibility. Bortles.
And another thing I want to talk about is what are they going to do with D Ford? Because if they cut D Ford, I know. But
I don't think they financially. I think they don't have many options. I think he's here because they can't cut him.
Fuck. Make him retire. Do something. Feel like, hey man, that beach over there looks really nice.
I gotta take some more calls. Man. Good to see you, man. Later. Timeout. Tommy, what's up?
What's happening?
How you doing, man?
Not bad.
Nice guitars.
Yeah, they're all right.
Love them.
What's happening?
Not much.
So did you say John Jennings was killing it in OTC? OTAs rather?
He has flashed so far. He's done some good stuff.
Okay. Because I think you said the same thing about Dante Pettis a year ago.
No, are you kidding? I wonder
if you're jinxing it now.
I said everyone said Dante Pettis had 2 good practices.
Okay.
He had 2 good practices last year.
I misquoted you then. Whoops.
You definitely misquoted me. Sorry.
That's one of my pet peeves. Anyway, what about the injuries? Let's see here.
The thing is, you can't pin them on the Niners yet because the Niners' official story is that they're all mild and it's no big deal. But that's their story until they have to change it.
Yeah, I'm just thinking they're not in football shape yet, so it's better to get it out of the way now.
Shardal's back. Shardal, don't go anywhere. You're next. Don't go anywhere. I'm talking to you, Shardal. You were going to be next and you left. He's in the room. You're next. All right, sorry. Let's keep talking. Shardal.
Right. Shardal is on deck.
You're on deck, baby.
Right now.
Yeah, there you go. All right, man.
So I was just thinking they're not in football shape. So
right. Yeah, that's true. And that's even what Shanahan said. Like, we're going very, very light practices because they're not really in shape yet. Well,
but it might be. I just hope it's not a bad omen.
I know, right?
I know. The Mostert thing is, I just think he lost his starting job. I could be wrong.
It's early. It's early. It's still early. Remember, they didn't even have these practices last year. This is all kind of like found money.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, Tommy.
Hey, did you meet Ira Miller before?
Of course, a million times. I love Ira Miller.
Well,
Ira
way
Miller?
back in the day.
Oh, you know him?
What's that?
You met him?
Oh, I don't know him. Back when Jeff Garcia was the quarterback, he used to send him scathing emails. Well, like
Really?
1 or 2. And my dad's like, you cannot send him those emails. I just said, you're a Niner hater and all this. Nothing like swearing or anything. And dad's like, he's in the sports writing Hall of Fame, you know?
He is in the sports writing Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He is a legend. He's the greatest Niner beat writer of all time. I aspire to him. He was great.
Yeah.
He invented the report card, the post-game report card. He invented that. I stole it.
Because he used to, back in those days, he used to call the Cardinals to win. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that was during the Kurt Warner years, so of course.
Well, he was probably right.
Team.
Yeah.
Well, they never won. I mean, they won once when
all right.
When they went to the Super Bowl.
Well, when I see Ira, I'll tell him you said hello, all right?
Okay.
See you, Tommy.
See you.
All right, guys. Now is the time of the show that you've all been waiting for. It is Shardal time. Where you at, Shardal? Oh, man. Sup? Hold on. Turn it down. Turn that volume down, baby. There you go. All right, let's talk.
Yeah, my first question is, which 49ers player are you really excited to see perform well in 2021?
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay. I'm going to say a player I've never mentioned before on this show, Ross Dwelly. I think he's going to perform really well. Also on defense, Kevin Givens. Kevin Givens is my Ross Dwelly of the defense. Those are my two guys. What's your next question?
My second question is, do you think the 49ers should re-sign for linebacker Fred Warner?
Abso-freaking-lutely. If they don't re-sign Fred Warner, I just might lose it. I might go on a rant like you went a couple of weeks ago about Jed York when you were like, it's ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. Remember, that's how I would feel. If they don't re-sign Fred Warner, it's ridiculous.
And my third question is, what are your thoughts of the 49ers getting Julio Jones?
I think it's probably not going to happen. I think he's very, very expensive financially. I don't know how many teams really want to commit to him. It's like, man, you gotta pay him how many $1 million the next 3 years? It's a lot. I just don't think it's going to happen. What do you think?
I don't think it might happen, but it's going to be really exciting because he's going to add a lot of depth to the 49er team.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think when you bring in a guy like Julio Jones, he's really there for depth. I mean, you don't have to play him. You can have him play him a little bit, you know? I mean, he could be your number 3 receiver. He could be your backup running. He could be a quarterback. Who knows? Just depth. He's a great player. What else are you thinking?
When Julio Jones comes in, how well do you think Trey Lance will bond with Julio Jones? Because Trey Lance needs somebody to pass him all the time, like a good passer, so he can get balls to him and down to him.
Yeah, so you already have Julio Jones on the Niners.
Who do you think will be a good duo for Julio Jones to kind of like be like, you know, consistently pass them all the time?
Not Jimmy. I would say Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance and Julio Jones can go together like peanut butter and jelly. What do you think?
I think that sounds. I think that makes a lot of sense. That's a great combination for Trey Lance and Julio Jones. That they're kind of like that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson combination.
I definitely see what you're saying. Yeah, they could be the next Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
And Draymond Green combination. Like, you know, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson will work exactly like Trey Lance and Julio Jones, because
I can totally see it.
He'll rely on Trey Lance. Trey Lance will rely on so they'll rely on each other.
Jones.
So
Trey
Lance
absolutely.
will rely on Julio Jones, and Julio Jones will rely on Trey Lance, so they'll work together.
I think it's brilliant. Okay, do you have any more questions, or can I ask you questions now?
You can ask me questions.
Okay, who's calling you? I hear that phone ringing.
Oh, that was somebody. I don't know, somebody.
Somebody?
Nobody's calling me.
Nobody important? Okay, all right.
No.
I like the hair. Did you switch it up today a little bit?
Yeah, switch it up today a little bit.
Switch it up a little bit. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you tell your parents that you're on YouTube and that you've been making weekly appearances on the Cohn phone and that everyone loves you? Did you tell them?
They know that I make weekly appearances and they're really happy for me.
They are? That's great. Well, tell them to watch because you're amazing and everyone's here.
Yeah, they're really happy for me that I'm very successful and I'm coming on these Cohn phone shows every Saturday.
Good. Okay. Last thing. Do you watch Oh, I missed it. Hold on. I want to tell you one more thing. All right. Do you watch the live? You're muted. Do you watch the live press conferences with the players and the coaches after the OTAs? Do you watch them on YouTube?
Watch those.
Okay, you should, because they're on YouTube. Watch the press conferences live. They're on YouTube, and there's a chat section like here, and like half the people are talking about you the whole time. Check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out. But it was really great coming on the show, and yeah, I've worked today at 12.
All right, man. Have a good day at work. I'll see you next time.
Okay. Okay, I'll see you next time.
A+.
See ya.
Great job.
A+. See ya.
See ya. Gotta love Shardal, man. He never lets down. He never disappoints. He's the best. All right. Let's get back to the line. Jose, your turn. What's up?
Nothing much. I don't know how you're gonna put me after Shardal, man.
Sorry, man. I knew you could handle it though. I know you're you're a vet. Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to discuss the interview with D'Amico Ryans, like his first interview as the DC and whatnot. I liked a lot of what he was talking about, and I kind of got a feeling that a lot of stuff he was talking about was what I'm expecting from him. But the one part I did find very interesting is how he was talking about perspectives. So certain coaches, obviously, they want to maybe help out the secondary when they're lining up their defense, or they want to help out the D line or the linebacker. Like, depending on what kind of coach you are, what position you coach, you have a very different perspective depending on position. And him bringing up his playing days and whatnot, and how he looks at a defense and calls a defense is where he really kept talking about wanting to make sure that the D line is mostly doing the heavy lifting, and then using like the linebackers and DBs as like a cleanup crew. Which I'm not really surprised, because I know a lot of our talent and depth is in that D line, so it makes sense to go in that direction. How did you feel about that when he was talking about, like, perspectives?
When I heard him say that, correct me if you interpret it differently, but it sounded like he was saying he's going to rush 4 and play zone. That's what it sounded like. I'm going to rush 4, and I'm going to play conservative behind it and let them clean. That's what it sounded like, right? I'm like, oh, man, I hate that. But again, if you have the 4-man pass rush, that's a very good way to play defense, right? 4-man pass. But what I feel like is it doesn't really work against mobile quarterbacks. Because as soon as they break the pocket, then all hell breaks loose. And I think the best way to keep a quarterback in the pocket is to rush 5. Because if you rush 4, there's always one gap.
No, that's
always
true. And it makes sense though too, because him being a linebacker himself, his job was always made easier when you have guys like Whitney Merciless and JJ in front of you and whatnot, taking up those double teams and
you could interpret last year's defense as maybe not an evolution, but like a necessary adjustment they made because Bosa got hurt. Like when Bosa's back, they might go back to. It's just you'd think if they were going back to that, they would have more like zone corners. And so far you've been hearing all about Diamador, his press technique, and I don't know. I mean, what he said sounded like zone. The players they brought in suggest, man, I'm curious to see what it looks like in preseason.
I'm expecting more man though, because I did, if I'm not mistaken, he did also mention wanting to be more aggressive in coverage as well. So maybe that does involve a lot more press man-to-man situations when it comes to play calling on the back end. And another interesting thing too is his praise for Chris Givens as well.
Chris Givens was a wide receiver for the Rams back when we were children, but I remember Chris Givens. He was fast. He used to torch Richard Sherman once a year. Anyway, keep going, Kevin.
His praise for Kevin. I thought.
Thank you. About time someone said it in the organization.
Exactly, but the tough thing.
I used to ask Saleh about Givens on the record, and he'd be like, man, he's good for an undrafted free agent. He didn't want to pump him up in publicly. I'm glad that D'Amico did.
Right, and it's funny though too. Is like now you got like 3 guys you're trying to give time to be interior pass rusher. So how is it going to get deviated up? You know, because Eric Armstead and Chris Givens can be more of the 3 techniques.
Kevin.
I'm sorry.
No, I think those should be your 2 pass rushers on 3rd and long. Interior, the Armstead and Givens. Nothing against Kinlaw, but hey, man, it's a meritocracy out here in these streets.
But I mean,
I'm sorry.
Ruled by Kyle though, because Kinlaw
have a rotation. Have a rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Rotation.
Yeah.
Don't give him all the Kinlaw when you got this kid here on the bench who's better than him at rushing.
Right.
At rushing.
To the quarterback, yeah.
Yeah, because he's small. He can't do the same stuff that Kinlaw can do against the run.
And that's another thing too, is teams can game plan for that too. If Kinlaw is not going to be on pass rushing downs, and and fans are going to notice that too, because then they're going to go to the media, and maybe a guy like you is going to ask those type of questions like, why is Kinlaw, who's a 1st-round pick, not being used on passing downs when you gave up a 1st-round pick to have him. So, I think that's also going to be a really.
If they sit him down to put Givens in and Givens produces, I think we'll all know the reason.
Right.
Now, it may not speak well for John Lynch and their draft record, but at least they're playing the right guys.
Exactly. I would enjoy that too as well.
Yeah. Always a pleasure, man. Thanks for coming on.
Have a great day.
All right, man. Yeah, you too, man. Take care. Yeah. We're doing it. We got a good pace today. Mark says, when is Quality Control Grant going to meet up one-on-one with D'Amico about Jimmy Ward's new robber role? I hadn't thought of that. I'm a little overdue for Quality Control. Maybe. I think I want to go through minicamp first. So give me 2 weeks. Minicamp ends on the 17th. So give me 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Grant?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Sunnyvale, so
Oh, nice.
pretty
Cool.
pretty local.
Nice.
I have a thing on how they can fix all the injury problems that they are having right now.
Okay.
And that's based on quite a few things, like the Miracle team that, the hockey team that we had.
Okay.
They did lots and lots of aggressive running and aggressive back and forth. Jerry Rice, his hill. When the Falcons got beat by New England when they were ahead 28-3, what they said was the reason why they won was the hill that they had to run all the time. They had that extra, oomph
endurance
in the fourth quarter, and they didn't
Right.
get injuries. And you won't get injuries if you're just running. So I'm thinking
the
that's
other
issue.
thing. Just to add to it was Marcus Allen back in the day. Everyone said he was like the slowest running back in the league. He ran a 4.7 or whatever, but he would run that same speed in the fourth quarter while everyone else was slowing down. So his endurance was what was so special about Marcus Allen, not his speed. Anyway, keep going. Yeah.
Also, I'd like to ask you if you know John Chapman from. Of
course I do. Yeah,
I'd love to have you invite him on your show.
I owe him one because he's had me on his show once. I'll reach out to him.
Awesome.
Yeah, I definitely owe him.
The point that never mind. This is good enough for me for my first time here with you.
You're doing great.
Awesome
You waited
show.
about an hour, man. Keep going, please. You waited hell
You
long.
have an awesome show here. I love it. I love
thank you.
your not patting the Niners' backs as and saying things up for real rather than
thanks.
The way that most of these reporters do. They're pathetic.
I was raised by a newspaper writer from the 80s. It's just how I was raised.
Your dad's awesome. I loved him
Thank
too.
you.
So
Thanks a lot.
I'm that old, so yeah, I know him well.
That's cool, man. Well, have a great day. Thanks for calling in, man.
All right, thank you.
I'll see you
have
next
a great
time.
one. All right.
All right, take care. It's Geo time. Gio, are you ready? I think Gio's ready. What's up, Gio?
So I wanted to talk about the Falcons, but not Julio Jones.
Okay.
So who do you think made a better investment? The Falcons with Matt Ryan's contract or us with Jimmy G's contract? So the Falcons signed Matt Ryan for 5 years and $150 million and including a $46 million signing bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And $100 million guaranteed. With an annual salary of $30 million. And Jimmy's contract was $137.5 million per year and on 5 years still, and including a $7 million signing bonus. And an average annual salary of $20,000. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Matt Ryan's. Thanks. I'll take Matt Ryan's. You know why? Because Matt Ryan was worth the money. Now, they didn't put a good team around him, but it wasn't because he was making too much money. I mean, his cap percentage in 2019 was 8. In 2020, it was 9. It wasn't outrageous. Now it's outrageous now. But the last few years, it was 10, 8, 9. I mean, they should have been able to put a team around him. The fact that they couldn't, I think, says more about them than him. I mean, he's a way better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo, and they make comparable money. So that's what I would say. Yeah. Where you call? You called in before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where you call from?
PA.
Where?
PA.
Where's PA? Oh, sorry. I'm from the West Coast. We don't know those things. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
What else?
What else? I wanted to say another thing. How do you feel about Kyle's tendency of holding on to mediocre players? So like Dante Pettis and Jalen Hurd. And I feel like that's what's and also like second and third round picks, but also older guys that we signed in free agency, for like example, Pierre Garçon. I feel like that's gonna happen with Kelvin Benjamin.
Oh God, no. Here's the thing. Kyle is a strong coach who runs the organization and makes a lot of personnel decisions in free agency and in the draft. And when he's wrong, when he's wrong, I don't think he wants to admit it because he would be undermining his own expertise and power in the organization. He's like, hey, I wanted this guy. Hey, I was wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. So, take this power. He wants to say, I'm not wrong. I know what I'm doing. I picked the right players. And that's the issue. Stubbornness.
Do you know anything about Hurd's injury status right now?
No. Nah, man. Nah, he's the biggest mystery in the world. But if I find out more, they say he should be ready for camp. So we'll see. Camp. That's 2 months from now. A little less. We'll see. All right, man. Go handle what you got to handle, man. I seen you got stuff.
All right.
People talking to you. All right.
See ya.
Later. Mose knows this. Mose knows that. But Mo don't know Jack. Because Mo can't rap. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Listen,
Pleasure.
man. First, I got to apologize. Did you see my message?
No. What happened?
I had a care package that was coming to you.
Oh yeah. My bad. Yes.
And
sorry. No, you can't.
I don't know what happened.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if they
counts, man. I really appreciate it.
I don't know if they found out what it was or if they were careless and it broke, but I owe you 2 bottles.
All good.
I had 2 coming to you. I owe you 2.
You know me.
Speaking of Javon Kinlaw, you kind of touched on it with Jose.
Yep.
One, my wife was laughing hysterically when you asked the squirrel question, and I was surprised that she knew it was you. So, I mean,
I was sitting there like, man, I don't have any questions for Javon Kinlaw, but I was thinking like, what would everyone else want to know? The squirrel thing. Yes.
So, I mean, I know it's early, but from what you saw, how does he look in camp right now? Does he look like he's making any type of improvement? I mean, obviously, it's hard to quantify that now because he's not going up against another offensive line, and you can't see if, his pass rush moves are improving and getting better. But are you seeing any improvement from him? The folks in the comments kind of killed us, the last time we talked about Kinlaw. So what have you seen so far?
All I can speak on is the way his physique, the way he looks. He's in fabulous shape. He's in great shape. He looks better than he did last year. But so that's good. But I'm not going to say anything until I see him in one-on-ones because that's what I'm basing my entire opinion on him anyway. Like, he looks good in 11-on-11s. He moves really well. He can go sideline to sideline. He can change directions. He's fluid. He's strong. He's a good athlete. But pass rushing is a different skill set. And I want to see how he has developed it. Because when he went up against Laken Tomlinson last year, he tried to go right through him. It's like, oh, man, that's not going to happen in this league. I'm sorry. It happened for you in JUCO and in SEC, but you're going to have to work an edge, have a plan, have a counter, all this stuff, man. And you didn't have it as a rookie last year with no spring, fine. But now I'd like to see something. I'd like to see 2 moves, not just bull rush, 2 moves, one that works off the other. And if he can do that, this guy can definitely have a hell of a career. Otherwise, he's going to always be kind of like Armstead, very powerful big man who's kind of relying on other people to create pressure that he can take advantage of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
So we'll save that for later once we get into camp and we see that more. Did you see the ridiculous CBS Sports schedule prediction of what our record is going to be?
What they say, 12-5?
They had us 12-5, losing 4 straight.
4 straight.
12-5. We won the first 2, lost 4 straight. Trey Lance starts week 7 after the bye.
Okay.
Loses that game, but then
runs the table.
Wins 10 of the next 11.
That's weird. Isn't that kind of what Lamar Jackson did when he was a rookie?
Something similar to that.
Something similar. So I guess that's what they're going to point to.
Obviously, people have to put out material, but I think for a lot of our fans who have unrealistic expectations, I think that sets a bad precedent for us. Yeah, that would be a dream scenario for Jimmy to stink to join up. We lose 4 straight.
Trey comes in
before the bye. Trey comes in and he sends us to glory. But
I'll remember that because that'll be interesting to see if it happens like the opposite, to go back and give a freezing cold take to that guy. Yeah, interesting.
Last question before I hop off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Nnamdi Asomugha's producing an acting career is just as overrated as his playing career?
I haven't seen him act ever, man. What is he in?
So he produced this movie. I think it's on Amazon Prime. It's called like Sylvie's Love or something like that.
Okay. Yeah,
I actually thought he wasn't bad in that.
Okay.
I actually thought he wasn't bad in that. So if you have Amazon
I
Prime,
thought he was so overrated on the Raiders, man. I guess he had some good numbers for a couple of years playing like one technique on the outside. And then he got signed by the Eagles and just was utterly exposed. I thought he was kind of overrated. And I thought Revis was over. People talk about Revis like he was Deion Sanders. No, he never was. He was not this they call him Revis Island, like he never needed safety help. Baloney. I'm sorry. Deion was that. I grew up with Deion. I know what Deion was like. Revis was nothing like Revis was very good. But people talk about him like he was unbeatable. Man, Stevie Johnson had his way with Revis. He wouldn't have done that to Deion. No. We really haven't seen a corner like that since Deion. Our kids don't know what that was like. He was crazy. There may never be a corner like that ever again.
Maybe the closest to reach Deion may be Champ Bailey, but even he is
the closest, but
Deion.
He's not even in the same tier. I mean, Deion is really like the Bo Jackson of corners, just a freaking alien, man. Like that guy had, he was like born in the same place Superman was born, and he came in the same little pod across the universe and has superpowers. It's not fair.
Yeah,
anyway,
absolutely.
Nice hat. What's the hat?
It's the Shanny Trucker.
I like it, man. Good to see you.
See you too, man. Take it easy.
All right, take care. Fabian says Niners beat the Lions week 1. Lions lose week 1. Okay, appreciate it. $2. Baylor 49er in Baylor. You go to Baylor?
Houston. Yeah, I go to Baylor though.
Oh, nice, man. Cool.
Yeah.
What's up?
So 2 things I wanted. Did you see that Aaron Banks and McGlinchey and Staley?
Yes.
Dude, the guy is huge. Everyone talks about Kinlaw. Aaron Banks as a guard is humongous. That's crazy.
That's why I can't wait to see that head-to-head Banks and Kinlaw, because Kinlaw, man, that guy's just as big as you. How are you going to get around him?
It's insane.
How are you going to get around him? Yeah.
And then, so Baylor, I love Hasty. And so
what do you think? Tell us about Hasty. Tell us about Hurd.
Hurd, watching him, so my freshman year was his only year there.
Mm-hmm.
And that dude is just physically, I think Shanahan said it's like someone that you create on Madden.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just physically he's a beast, but it's about when he's healthy. So that's crazy. Right. Hasty is the one you kind of talked about, his jump cuts.
I love him.
It's insane. And so they use him a lot in the passing game.
Yeah.
At Baylor. And so I think he's really good. So who do you think Shanahan, they usually keep 4 running backs and then Juszczyk, who they talk about as a running back. And so I don't know how the PUP list works with Wilson, but who do you see making that 53-man as far as running backs go?
Mostert, Wilson will be PUP. So Mostert, Sermon, Mitchell, and Hasty. Why keep Gallman over Hasty, man? Gallman, whatever. If you lose him, whatever. You can put him on the practice squad. Who wants Gallman?
I don't know what he brings that anyone else can't.
Yeah, I mean, Hasty is young. You've invested in him. I mean, not really. He wasn't undrafted, but he's young. Gallman is like, I think if you cut Hasty, someone's going to pick him up. I don't think you can put him back on the practice squad. I could be wrong. I was always wrong. I said that every year about Jeff Wilson Jr. Then I just always cut him and brought him back in the practice squad. I was like, how could they do this? But other teams just didn't see it.
Hasty's good, man. And your favorite word is yoked lately. The dude is shredded.
I can't spell it, but yeah, he is yoked. He looks great.
Yeah, he's good, and he's quick too. He doesn't run a fast 40, but 10 yards.
He's got the burst.
And he shuttle. I think he's perfect.
And he's always the most fun running back to watch in practice, because in practice there's no tackling, so his inability to create yards after contact isn't an issue. He just always makes one guy miss, and it's like, it's a lot of it's like and1 basketball, and1 football.
Yeah, he did that a lot at Baylor. Just lots of it's like a crossover.
Yeah, exactly. And he'll do it to like starting safeties on the team. It's like, dang, I guess this guy's pretty good. He just has to stay healthy, but I think he's definitely more muscled up this year, and I think he'll be able to do it. We'll see.
If Hurd can stay healthy too,
stay. How about get? Stay.
He hasn't been healthy since high school.
Ever. Yeah, exactly, man. That's the thing with Hurd. He hasn't been healthy since high school.
It sucks, but he's got all the tools there. 6'4".
I know.
Dude, he's
play any position. Yep. Yeah.
All
right.
Hope so. But hey, I appreciate you. Big fan.
Appreciate you too, man. Good to meet you. All right, CG Ruthless, I got you next. Hold on. B Money slid in real quick and says, "Hey Grant, is it okay if I get the link to call in?" Yeah, dude, you don't have to pay 20. Dude, it's in the description and it's right there. I ain't going nowhere. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, bro? Looking forward to Monday stream, man.
I'm going on with CG Ruthless Sports on Monday on his channel, man. Everyone check that out. What's up?
Yeah, dude, I was like intrigued by what D'Amico Ryan said, dude. I was like really impressed more than Robert Sala's press conference when he said no gas, no brakes. I like the mentality because he played football.
Yes.
When you played linebacker for 10 years and you've been an all-pro and you got rookie of the year, that speaks volume about a guy like D'Amico Ryans. And I like the fact that the players are buying into D'Amico Ryans. Like, he is well respected in a way to where he sets the standard. I mean, he was a leader for the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
He was a leader for the Eagles. I mean, that speaks a lot about a guy.
I mean, D'Amico, I feel like, was a leader for the Texans when Robert Saleh was quality control. Well, you know, when Robert Saleh was no one. When Kyle Shanahan was a position coach, man, these guys they've known D'Amico a very long time. Remember, Kyle was in that organization. Saleh was in that organization. D'Amico was a star for that team.
Yep.
Kind of interesting how things evolved.
Yeah, it's evolved because they were all in Houston and he was just a player and those guys were just quality. But I think Shanahan was an assistant coach where he was going to elevate himself to offensive coordinator with Kubiak.
That's right.
And yeah, and remember the other day I was talking about Trey Sermon, how he might be the dark horse where he kind of reminds me of Arian Foster. I think that if you look at it more, I think they're trying to elevate the modern era of what Roger Craig used to be. Maybe we're trying to make this back into an all-purpose where he gets 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards rushing. Maybe that's what we're leaning towards. Because remember, Bill Walsh said it a long time ago, I want a running back who can get 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards rushing. They thought he was crazy.
Yep. Who you think you could do that? Debo?
Debo, he seems like an all-purpose. Like, he's a good receiving back, but he's more like a running back if you think about it.
That's right. Yeah, that's he's definitely more like a running back. Maybe he can do it. They even line him up at running back when they're like winning big, and I love that. That's my favorite. Why not?
Yeah, the jet sweeps, man, against the Rams. That was, dude. He ran them over like they were stealing something from him. Like,
and then Aaron Donald pretended like he hadn't heard of him after the game. That's still my favorite. Hey, man, Monday, me and you.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
Appreciate
Take care.
it,
See you then. Of course. Jacob, what's up? What it do? Jacob.
Hey, Grant, how's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Hey, I wanted to ask about the when we're around anything like us and people are watching like off the record, do a lot of the writers tell you any good things about your show? Do they take glances at it? Do they give you advice? Do you think they? I don't know.
I was not expecting you to ask that question. No, they ignore it. No one ever talks about it. And when Jimmy Ward gave me that shout out, it was silence, crickets, man. And I don't hold it against him. Wow. I'm the same way. We're all very petty. We're not really hoping the next person does better than us. And if Jimmy Ward had gone out of his gourd to say hello to Chris Biederman, I would have been like, so yeah, man, I'm sure they're all kind of salty about it and good.
Wow, I didn't expect that. I thought maybe they'd give you like, hey, do you think they watch it, at least glance at it? They gotta check it out.
No, it's like it doesn't exist. But the players that watch.
Wow.
We're competitive, man. My success comes at the expense of someone else.
Man, you're
so
on becoming. I know when I watch
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I know when I watch the interviews, when I'm always watching when I always watch the interviews, I know it seems like it's always you get a question in and others get more than one. I'm like, how come they don't give Grant more questions? Is it they go in order, whoever has a question, or you just don't feel like asking questions? I always say, what is,
there's a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy.
Where's Grant?
There's a hierarchy, and it's bogus. And the team sets it up, and it's like based on seniority. And based on their hierarchy, I'm at the very bottom. But based on what the fans and the players like, it seems like I've kind of catapulted myself. But there's two different things going on there. So, Matt Mayoko, Eric Branch, Matt Barrows, ask as many questions as they want. I gotta make my one count.
That's good, Grant. Well, yeah, to the fans, man, you're a great writer, and we all watch you. Keep doing your thing, and I'll let you get back to your next call.
Nice shirt, man. I like it. Have a good one.
Take care.
Peace. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Hi. Good. I've never called into the show.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from London. I'm actually from Oakland. But, I live in London. Yeah.
Where in Oakland are you from?
From Montclair.
Oh, nice. I grew up right around the corner from Skyline High School.
Yeah.
Did you go to Montero?
No, I went to Joaquin Miller through third grade, and then I went to private school because there was a big strike.
Okay, that's fair.
All the teachers quit, so my parents didn't want to put my brother into Joaquin Miller.
Yeah, there was a big strike when I was in third grade too. How old are you?
42.
Oh, I guess where there was different. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 33. Anyway.
Yes, I actually worked at the Chronicle after your dad.
Oh wow!
For a bit. Yeah.
Nice.
At the Examiner too. Yeah.
Cool.
So I wanted to ask you whether what you think of the possibility that this next season that we have Jimmy G start every game. Trey Lance doesn't get much playing time. Jimmy G is winning, maybe not quite like a 2019 season, but they do kind of the strategy of having the Green Bay like championship game of like him only throwing like 9 times and really like beefing up the running game, or whether you think at some point Jimmy G is going to have to be making throws to win a game and he'll be exposed. And so his weaknesses that we've all said, even when he's healthy, he's going to show his true colors. That Traeger doesn't change his spots, and it's going to like they're going to have to force the issue. Like there's not going to be like a possibility of a mirage sort of decent season where the 49ers are winning and Jimmy G he's playing, good enough to win 13, 14 games, but and sort of not getting Trey Lance like on the field to start week 7 or we talked about, but sort of I mean not necessarily like winning a Super Bowl, but sort of having a decent enough season. Do you buy into this thing that Trey Lance has to play a bunch of games this season because he didn't play at all, like except for one game last season, or do you buy this idea that he could sit behind Jimmy G having a good season and be ready for his second or third year?
Yeah, I think he could sit. No rookie quarterback has ever won a Super Bowl ever. This is a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. They shouldn't give up on those. That being said, if Trey Lance keeps improving, he keeps playing well, and Jimmy Garoppolo's a starter, they're going to keep bringing Trey Lance in. They'll bring him in for a drive, 2 drives, because it'll only help the team, and he'll keep pushing the bar up for Jimmy. If you want to keep this job, you got to be this good. You got to be this good because this guy's coming. So I think it could be good for Jimmy. It could push him. He could actually improve. But I think Trey Lance, as long as he keeps improving and showing what he's doing, showing what he's showing in camp, they can't keep him off the field, even if Jimmy's a starter. So you'll see both of them, I would think.
Great, thanks. And I just wanted to say I'm very impressed that you've got most of your callers are contributors are from outside the Bay Area and like half our age.
It's amazing. It's amazing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Hey, great
Very
call.
impressed.
Thanks for
Thank you.
calling. Have a great day in the UK.
You bet. Okay.
Take care.
Cheers.
Shout out Skyline High, class of 2013. Dang, class of 2013, huh? Thanks for watching, man. I literally grew up around the corner from Skyline High School. My brother went there, class of 94. Tom Hanks spoke at his wedding. I mean, not his wedding, at his graduation, his wedding. But my parents didn't let me go to Skyline because they thought it was scary, which it was. I didn't really want to go to Skyline either. I mean, maybe you thought it wasn't, but I went to O'Dowd, which was like, it was so small. You couldn't get in a fight. Not that I was a fighter, but you couldn't get in a fight at O'Dowd because it was so small and you get expelled. At Skyline, my wife worked at Skyline after you were there. She was a counselor, kind of. And she said that the fights at Skyline between girls were just legendary. Not legendary, but like tragic. They were really brutal. And they girl fights at Skyline would go down, is what I heard. That like the guy fights wouldn't happen as much because those would escalate like back in the where you're in the neighborhoods and stuff, but the girl fights would get crazy. Anyway, I wasn't trying to stick around. I went to O'Dowd. No fights at O'Dowd. O'Dowd was more tame than Montero. Montero was the middle school I went to. That was a big campus where fights would go for 2-3 minutes before anyone would break them up. O'Dowd was like, you could get in maybe a push at O'Dowd. Joseph.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
This is my first time calling in. I'm not real sure
Welcome.
what I'm doing. I'm still hearing something else in my headphones.
That's okay. You sound good on my end.
Okay. Well, excellent. I'm a huge 49er fan. I got just a couple of questions. First question is, why does it seem like we're the only team that holds on to hurt players?
Yeah, why are the Niners the only team that hold on to hurt players? I feel like the Niners have a really tough time admitting when they're wrong about drafting a guy, signing a guy, trading for a guy. They just don't do it. Sometimes they do, but mostly they don't admit when they're wrong. And I think that's a symptom of Kyle Shanahan. It's just what he's like. I'm not wrong. There's all these reasons why it hasn't worked out, but it's the reasoning was sound to get this guy, and we're going to stick with him. As opposed to when there's a real separation between the general manager and the head coach. General manager gets a player, head coach isn't as invested. He can look at him more dispassionately and says, the guy's not good. We got to move on. Sorry. But if the head coach is picking the players, then he's never going to look at him objectively. He won't.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I bought tickets to my first game. I'm going to the Tennessee game. I'm really, really, really excited. I've already got my Trey Lance jersey, so nice. I'm going and supporting Trey Lance. My other question is I don't understand why we're actually holding on to Jimmy Garoppolo. I really don't. I think we should trade him. I really do. I think it's like having a Pinto in the garage that you've been driving for all this time. And then you finally get a new car. It's a new Toyota Camry. Why do you drive that Toyota Camry?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I think Josh Rosen can back up Trey Lance any given day. So, and I don't understand.
It's all because of 2019. It's all because of 2019. It's all because of 2019. Jimmy doesn't have a choice. Jimmy's is under contract, and if he doesn't have a choice, the Niners have him, own him. And then from the Niners' perspective, they're still trying to sell a competitive team. They're not trying to rebuild, and they can say this guy took us to a Super Bowl. Any replacement that they bring in, they can't say that about. So that's what it is. It's all about 2019. If that hadn't happened, he wouldn't be here right now.
Agreed.
Yeah. Good question.
Well,
where are you calling from again?
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. Cool. Well, I'm going to be in the Nashville game too, man. Maybe I'll see that.
Excellent.
All right.
Well,
take care.
Love your show. Love you. I love
Thank
your
you,
honest
man.
opinion. You have a
Appreciate
great day.
it. Nice to meet you. All right. Jay says, keep up the good work, Grant. We do disagree on Bosa, though. He'll be back with a vengeance this year. I hope he is, man. I'm definitely not rooting against him. Okay. It's B Money time. What's up, B Money?
What's up, Grant?
What's up, B Money? What's up?
Nothing much. Just enjoying your show right now.
Thanks. Appreciate it. What's on your mind?
So my question was, or I have two questions.
Yes.
But my first question is, do you think that, with all these injuries, that the strength and conditioning coach is going a little bit too hard, too early?
Good question. That's a good question. because I don't know what they're doing in the weight room. I know what they're doing on the practice field, and it looks light, but it seems like the stuff that may be injuring the players is happening in the weight room, like with Jeff Wilson Jr. Here's the thing. The Niners seem like this strength and conditioning coach. What does he hang his hat on? What are the good things on his resume? Blowing George Kittle up like a balloon, right? The difference between George Kittle 2017 and now is stark. So he can say, look what I did to George Kittle. I blew him up. Or Fred Warner. Those guys have totally different. So he really maxes people out. He can say this guy maxes people out. Well, if there's a double-edged sword there, it's that sometimes when you get too maxed out, your body starts to break down. So maybe he is going a little too hard with these guys, man.
Yeah.
Possible. Good call.
No, because if you get your body maxed out, then that weakens other areas of it.
You can keep building muscle, but those tendons don't get stronger.
Yeah.
They don't. Nick, Brandon, talking to you. Yeah.
Yes. And then my other question is, I just bought my tickets for the Chicago game, and I know this might be a little bit early, but do you think it'll be defensive battle because it could be two rookie quarterbacks going against each other?
Could be, absolutely. Chicago's a great defense. Khalil Mack, I don't think the Niners are really going to feel comfortable having any type of drop back passing game with Khalil Mack going up against Mike McGlinchey. So, yeah, a lot of running in that game. A lot of running. Short game. Yep. Take the air out of the game. Absolutely. Yeah, that'll be way down the line.
Yeah.
You're gonna be there? You're gonna be there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Oh man, have fun. I might be there. I think I'm gonna be there too.
Okay.
So we'll send each other smoke signals, man.
All right, yeah, sounds
Carry
good.
your
I'll be up
pigeon.
in the nosebleeds. So
Yeah, me too. I'll be in the press box, man. Good to see you, B Money.
Good to see you too.
All right, later. What's up, Luke?
Hey.
Where are you calling from? How old are you?
I'm in Colorado, and I'm gonna turn 14 on Monday.
Dang, man. The tradition of 13-year-olds hitting up the Cohn phone continues. What's up, man?
I wanted to talk about Mostert. He's obviously always injured, and he's on an expiring deal. Do you think he'll be back next year?
Is he really? God, I love Raheem Mostert. Hold on, let me check that out because that's terrible news. Over the cap. Right, because he didn't get an extension. He just got a raise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Oh, man, this is his last year. His cap number is 3.6. Yeah, this is it. I think this is his last year on the team, and I think that explains why the Niners drafted 2 running backs this year. It's like they're preparing ahead, right?
Yeah. I mean, they also signed Gallman, who had 682 rushing yards last year.
True. Mitchell's a lot like Mostert. He's got that speed to the outside. Yeah, you can look at that as a
They
replacement.
both ran a 4.32 coming out of college.
Oh, snap. Mostert and Mitchell?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, man. If I were Mostert and I saw that second pick at running back, I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to be on the 49ers in 2022.
Yeah, I think it's also they're going to be crunched for cap again. They have to re-sign a bunch of DBs again. So I think you'd rather spend money on DBs than another running back.
Exactly. Because it's like either he gets hurt again and doesn't play well, and you're like, well, look, man, sorry, goodbye. Or he runs for 2,000 yards, and you're like, well, we definitely can't afford you now, so goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, good call. That's a good call. Mostert, and this is going to be the last year with you on the Niners. I'm going to have to savor this. I'm going to have to really, really take it in because he's my favorite player in the world.
Yeah, he's one of mine too.
I love him, man. I like him because he was an undrafted dude who's so down to earth. It's not that I can relate to football players, but you just can't relate to first-round picks except for Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward is crazy. But those guys are they're usually just way different. This guy seems like one of us who worked hard and made it. You know, it's like, come on, man, do it for us. Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff, Luke. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
All right. Yo. What's up, eye test? Pull over. You're muted. All right, man. I'm going to have to let eye test pull over for a second. Oh, you ready?
Yeah, I had to pull up. Yeah, I'm ready, man. What's good with you?
What's
How's
up,
the fam?
man? How you doing? Life is good, man. How you doing?
Yeah. I'm good, man. Excuse my phone. I dropped it a couple times, but I just had to call in because
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Salute to Shardall. Salute to you, of course. You know what I'm saying? But Shardall made a point, and he was like, he said something, and the first thing I started thinking about was, he was talking about Julio. And I was like, you know what? I had to think in the past, and I was like, you remember our 2012 roster? We were like, why is Randy Moss here? But then I thought about it, and I was like, Crabtree, Manningham, he was basically their tutor and kind of a guy where the name still struck fear into the NFL opponents.
Right.
That would make the other ones flourish, like Crabtree, and they wouldn't have to have the burden of being the number one guy. So
it's true. Randy was almost like a decoy on this team.
What Crabtree did for Amari Cooper.
That's true. That is true.
Exactly. Then I looked at what Amari Cooper did. I mean, Michael Crabtree did for Amari Cooper, and I started looking at patterns of how veteran receivers kind of calm the receiver room. And I know we want Ayuk to be our number one, but that's a lot to throw on a number one receiver to just tell him, look,
they did that on Dante Pettis 2 years ago.
and it could hurt. It could hurt the guys.
Yeah,
it could hurt his trajectory. So I'm like, bring in the Julio, bring in a guy that could, and I doubt Julio will be the decoy that Moss was. He still has some play in him, but that would allow IU to grow just like Emmanuel Sanders allowed Debo to grow last year. Because I doubt Debo takes that step if Emmanuel Sanders wasn't here last year. Because remember, before Emmanuel Sanders got here, our receiver core was one of the worst parts of the team. And Emmanuel Sanders kind of calmed that room down. So I just wanted to know your thoughts on that. Like, and then my last part about Julio, it steel sharpens steel. A receiver core with IU, Debo, and Julio against our corners, they're not going to see they're not going to see any receiver core that good. So they'll get better throughout the season, especially our young guys. So
all right, let me tell you one
fact. I'm not sure if anyone went through it.
Well, let me tell you my one, I guess my major hesitation with Julio Jones. If he had played 16 games last year or close to it, I'd be cool with it. But the fact that he's 32 and he missed 7 games last year scares me, because how do you know that this isn't the trend moving forward? Like, he never really missed time. Pierre Garçon was the same way. Look at Pierre Garçon's career. He never really missed time. And then at 31, he missed 8 games. 32, he missed 8 games. And at 33, he retired. I don't know if that's going to happen to Julio Jones, but the injury scares me, man. Like, another guy you got to wonder about how many games he's going to miss. Another guy on this team. I don't know, man. I don't know. If he played 16 games, I'd be all in.
I get it.
You know?
I get it, bro.
It's scary. He's 32
I'm
now,
with
man.
you.
I'm 33. Everything
I just had
hurts.
to call in, man.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, but you don't have a hypocryogenics chamber, though.
No, I don't.
These guys, they're getting the
Antonio Brown had that and almost burned his feet off. Remember that? Oh, man. I test illusion. All right, man. I gotta let you go. I'll talk to you next time, man. Let's link up soon, man. All right, later. Jake the Snake, what's up?
Hey, man, look. I got 3 questions for you.
Man, don't do anything dangerous right now, man. Pull over or something. Where you at?
Okay,
pull over. We got time. I don't want to be complicit in something awful. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So
sweet.
I had 3 quick questions.
Okay.
The first one is Jimmy still going to wear the knee brace during regular season?
I asked him point blank. I was like, man, I saw you not wearing it in practice. Are you done with that? And he was like, not necessarily. It'll come and go. So I didn't get to follow up. Like, come and go based on what, Jimmy? What do you mean? Yeah, I think he's going to wear it sometimes. Maybe when he's not feeling too confident about his offensive line. Maybe when he's facing Aaron Donald. I don't know. I'll have to ask. But he says coming back.
Oh.
How's that make you feel, Jake?
Oh, okay.
Good?
Yeah. And my next question is, if he gets injured, it'll be.
Pardon? Ask it again. One more time.
Yeah. If Jimmy G gets injured, which week do you think it'll be?
Historically, he gets injured week 2. He got injured week 2 in 2016.
Week 3?
Week 2, week 3. If it happens, it happens quick, man. Theoretically, week 2, it happens fast for Jimmy. He doesn't last long. 16, it was week 2. 18, it was week 3. Last year was week 2. Happens fast.
And my last question is, how serious is Mostert's injury?
They won't tell us. They say it's mild and he's going to be back, but they don't have to tell the truth. You know what I mean? They just lie. I'm not saying they're lying, but they can. So I'll let you. I don't think he's going to be playing in OTAs. I don't think he's going to be playing in OTAs, minicamp, none of that. We'll see. I don't know. I'll let you know, man. All right, now get back to your drive.
Okay. All right. Have a nice one. I'll look forward to calling on another show.
Absolutely, man. Always welcome. Take care, Jake. All right. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me on, Grant.
Of course. Where are you calling from?
Sacramento.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Yeah, so my question is, it's kind of similar to the last caller there. If Jimmy gets hurt, say week 2, are they going to throw Trey Lance in, or are we going to go to second or third string guy until he's completely ready? What do you think?
See, that is a great question. I was talking to a coach about this, and I was saying, "What do you do? Like, would you put Lance in this situation, or would you bring in Rose?" And he'd say, "I'd put in Lance and let it rip." You know, if Jimmy goes down, only way you wouldn't put in Lance is if you feel like he'd embarrass himself, like he'd go in there and really, really embarrass himself. I don't think, from what I've seen in practice, he's not going to embarrass himself. He might sail up pass here and there, and it's like, but the rest of the stuff he's going to do is look very impressive. I think they'll probably go with Lance.
Gotcha. And then the second question is about Sherman. Are we going to re-sign him? What do you think?
All right, go. I hope not, man. I'm going to do everything in my power. No, man. They already gave his number away to someone. Someone's got 25 right now. I think that's a good sign.
Definitely. Yeah, he's way too expensive. He does bring a lot of leadership, I think, to the defensive end of the ball, but
make him a coach.
Not worth it.
Coach, quality control, man. I got the quality control. He can be quality control with me. I think we make a great team.
Yeah, there you go. Man. All right, well, thanks for having me on, man. You have a great day.
You're always welcome, man. Have a good day in SAC. Later. Sorry, I didn't get to the sooner. Hey, Grant, do you best. Do my best Chris Kosar impression. Also, why doesn't he ever get any press meetings? Seems like a super exciting, high-energy guy. They never put the position coaches in front of the press. They do it once a year, usually in training camp. Last year they didn't because of the pandemic. Chris Kosar impression. I don't have one right now, but I'll work on one. Let me listen to him at camp and get his cadence down, get his words down, and I'll do it. I'll work on it for you, Thomas. Good question. The Mech, I already got you in, man. Let me get everyone else, then I'll get you one more time. I'll get you one more time. Martin, what's up?
Hey, Graham.
What's up?
Hey, I'm fine.
Hey.
No, I was a bit on the hype train of Julio, like everybody else. Like, he's great for a wide receiver, so why not? But I was looking at the roster of the Niners, and I was thinking about if they can't score a touchdown with what they got right now. I mean, there's Juszczyk, there's Dwelly, there's Kittle, there's Debo, there's Ayuk. I mean, why?
What more do you need?
I mean, I don't care. I think Trey Lance was a good move. Maybe not the right move. I mean, if you stay at 12, you got Rashawn Slater and all your pick, and you make Rosen play, and I mean, you have everything you need to have to.
Yeah.
I bet Lance will be incredible, and if it's what is advertised, it will be the right move at the end. But I mean, stack the defense. I mean, we don't know about Nick Bosa. We don't know if Kinlaw will be good. We don't know if, Justin Houston is available. There's I don't have you can get at least 4 defensive people, like safety, defensive end, maybe another linebacker that are still available with that money that you should give to Julio Jones. I think stack that defense up to the brim and let the offense score 21, 24 point a game, maybe.
Yeah.
And that defense will carry you on
Yeah. It's unnecessary, man. I mean, Kyle Pitts would have been cool, but Julio Jones, I mean, he's older. He's 32. He's expensive. He's had injury things.
We make the same error with D Ford.
Yeah.
Atlanta do not want that guy anymore. I know it's
you gotta let go of the nostalgia, man.
But I know
he's 32.
Space and everything, but he may come to the Niners, not even play 4 games with the Niners, and D Ford be maybe D Ford will give you something this year. I don't know, but
we'll see, man. I gotta take some more calls for the end of the top of the hour, though.
Yeah,
man. I'm trying to
no
get
problem.
rapid fire. Good to see you, man. Glad I could get you in. Take care. All right, rapid fire. Oh wait, hold on. My bad. You got cut. You're gonna be next. Hold on. What's up?
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up?
Big
man?
fan of the 49ers and big fan of you, Grant.
Thanks, man. Oh, appreciate it.
I just want to let you know. So if you think the 49ers changed their practice style to the way Jim Harbaugh used to, through contact, where he would build up all his men, you think there would be a lot more Niners would be a lot more durable?
I think so. If I were a coach, I would want to build up get the players accustomed to contact early and then taper off and go easy. I wouldn't have pads during the season. I would let basically walkthroughs during the season, but in training camp, I would have periods of tackling, full contact.
Right.
I think otherwise you get to the preseason and players aren't ready for it. They get hurt.
They got to get used to the big hits.
I think so.
The blind side.
But that's old school, man. I don't think these players want to do that anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. They just want to, get through it and start the season off. But I also don't understand why. I'm always going to be a Jim Harbaugh believer because, man, the way he prepped up his quarterbacks, I think Jimmy Garoppolo would have played a lot better under him. Just because it's
all. Oh, that's a good point, man.
Yeah, that's
such a good point because Kyle kind of beats him down. He's very much like the bad cop.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a good point. Is that a Kittle
jersey
jersey or a Vernon Davis?
I was going to tell you to guess my jersey. It's my favorite tight end since I was a kid, Vernon Davis.
Is that Vernon?
Yep, Vernon.
I love it, man. I love Vernon, man. Vernon's a great guy, man. He's an odd one, but he's a good guy.
But also, I want my last question for you.
Yes.
If the secondary gets exposed this upcoming season, are you going to get on the Niners about getting an early round?
Hell yeah, every year. It's a tradition, man. Are you kidding? Every year. They never listen. But one day they'll have to. Where are you calling from?
Like it's a passing league. We're in 2021.
Yeah, and you're getting more and more 3 and 4 wide receiver sets. What are you doing? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's nice when people could get the line could get to the quarterback quick, but man, when that quarterback can spit out the ball, there's only so much. We need corners that can block, especially the wide receivers in our division. Oh,
Agree. Where are you calling from, man?
I'm calling from Santa Cruz, California.
Oh, nice, dude. I love Santa Cruz, man.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Well, have a great day, dude. See you next time.
Yeah, see you next
Peace. Time. All right. Now, Ohio Niner. Sorry, man. It was a false start on my part. What's up, man?
You're good, dude. Just calling about the first-time caller, obviously. Been watching you forever, man. But
appreciate it.
Just calling conditioning and bulking. I've noticed Kittle looks a lot bigger this year. Bosa looks stocky as always, but even
Dwelly looks bigger.
Dwelly looks huge. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you think conditioning maybe stepped it up this year, and worried about injuries?
It's a good question. I don't know. Kittle always astounds me. Every year he looks bigger. It's like, man, how did you go back and look at him in high school and college? Like, wow, man, you really like the weight room. Good for you.
Yeah. I'm watching a lot of his Instagram stuff, and he's just consistent.
What does he do? I don't have Instagram. What does he do on it? What does he do? He's just constantly working out and posting stuff.
Yeah, a lot of workout, a lot of funnier stuff. Kittle, dude, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's really all. I'm curious about if you've noticed anything bigger. Everybody's.
Yeah, no. What I'll do is Jimmy's always yoked, man. He always has these huge calves, doesn't he?
Yeah. And not only that, at the beginning of the year, seeing his pictures coming in, dude, his face was a little bigger. I couldn't tell if it was just chunk or if it was just him.
Maybe he was just bulking.
Up,
Maybe he was bulking. I think that's probably what it was.
Up,
like water weight. Is it chunk? Yep. Jimmy, is that chunk or water weight?
Yeah. For sure.
Notice a little extra chunk in this region. Good stuff, man. Have a good one, man.
Thanks, bud.
Of course. Take care. Man, what's up? Bay Area Jay, what's up? What part of the Bay Area?
So I'm from Hayward and Castro Valley.
Nice.
Yeah, I live in North Dakota now, though. I'm in the.
Oh, nice. Did you go to Hayward High or Castro Valley High?
I went to Castro Valley High. Yeah.
Nice. I went to O'Dowd.
Yep.
Nice. Cool. What's up?
So my question is about who do you think is going to lead the team in sacks this year?
I've been saying Ebukam. I don't think Bosa's going to play enough. I don't really think Armstead's ever going to do much until he's time to get another contract. And then Kinlaw, I say Ebukam. I feel like what Bosa will do is he'll create a lot of pressure, as he normally does. Yeah. And then someone's going to get those sacks. And I think it's going to be Ebukam, kind of like Kerry Hyder did last year. The cleanup man.
Sounds good. All right, cool.
Yeah. When did you graduate from Castro Valley High?
2012.
Oh, okay. I'm a little older than you. All right.
A little bit.
Cool. A little older. All right. Well, good to meet you, man.
Yeah,
Take care. For sure. Spindle and then the Meg. What's up? Are you driving?
Huh?
Are you driving? I feel like I'm a terrible influence on people, man. Okay, I'll let you do it, but you got to watch the road. And if anything happens, don't snitch on me, okay?
I was going to say, I think I know why they have so many injuries.
Why?
Well, so if you look at Shanahan's dad when he was in Denver,
they
had a lot of injuries too.
Okay.
Shanahan doesn't care so much about the injuries because it's all about performance with him. Same thing as John Lynch. If you look at his career, right? Like, he was injured for most of, like, his first 5 years. And then he put it all together. That's why they really believe in guys like Jimmy Ward and and Jaquaski Tart and guys like that because they believe in them. And then also Brock likes that because it makes them cheaper, dude.
That is the thing. I think that's the key thing. The Niners can't compete on the free agent market with teams who are in tax-free states. So they have to look for other players, and it's the guys with blemishes. Is always them because they're cheaper. Yep. Also, I think from a coach's perspective, it's just a built-in excuse. Every time these guys get hurt, Kyle's like, well, our team had injuries. And players are like, that's a good point. That's a really good point. He had it. It's like, man, he put this team together. He's using this excuse. He's bringing in high-risk additions. Maybe you should hold him accountable for that. No. That's just because a guy got hurt in the past doesn't mean he get hurt in the future. I feel like Niner fans are a little complicit here, man. Hold Kyle accountable for the excuses he builds in for himself. It's kind of brilliant.
Definitely.
It's kind of brilliant. Hey, where you going, man? Where you going in that?
I'm actually headed to Stockton, but
nice.
Right now I'm in Oregon somewhere.
Okay, so you got a long way to go.
Oh yeah, man. I drive about like 600 miles a day.
Oh, for real? Yeah. That's cool, man. So are you like what is the trip that you're doing?
What?
What is the trip that you're like? Are you like touring the country?
I'm headed up to Washington. I'm gonna make a drop there. Then I'm going to Stockton, and then
making a drop. What kind of drop?
I got a delivery at a distribution center in Walmart. At a Walmart.
Oh, okay, something legal. Okay, that's fine. Well, good luck.
Yeah, man.
Making a drop. Have a good one, man. Peace.
Yep.
I was like, man, I'm about to learn way too much about this guy, man. Why don't you don't want to snitch on yourself. This is live. What's up, dude?
Hey.
What's up?
I just wanted to come back on and plug the Discord.
Oh, please do. Thank you. Demek is a mod on that. So go ahead.
Yeah, it's been really fun. We've been having lots of conversations, and guys, you should just join. It's really fun. You have to be a subscriber on Twitch.
Subscriber. Yeah. And remember, that's free if you're an Amazon Prime member, which 95% of the world is.
Yeah.
You go to Amazon Prime Gaming, log in, click activate Prime Gaming, come to my Twitch page, subscribe. If there's a free option, click on that. Then I will find you. I'll send you the Discord, and we'll just have so much fun.
I've had both Amazon and Twitch for like years.
Yeah,
I didn't know. Thanks to you, I got it together, and it also gives you other benefits being a Prime gaming guy on Twitch. So that's just a plus.
All right, man. I got to take some more calls, but thank you for doing that for me. I appreciate it. Go ahead, please.
One small thing so you can talk about. Did you see that Bosa was top 20 in the CVS after playing 2 games in the season?
I can't stand that. I mean, he's very good, but can he please just accomplish it first? Can we not get ahead of ourselves? Let him play 25 games before he's at the top.
Jason Verrett didn't even make it.
How would you feel if you were George Kittle ranked below Nick Bosa? Now, I know George Kittle always says that Bosa's better than him, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
Fred Warner was.
It upsets me. It upsets me.
Yeah.
It upsets me. Sorry, I'm trying to get everyone in before noon.
Yeah. See you.
Good to see you. Rob Dub, what's up?
What's going on, Grant?
How you doing?
Caller, our first time video.
Sure. Good. Where are you calling from?
Gilroy, California.
Oh, nice. That's where Jackhammer's from.
I guess my question is more regarding our pass rush this year, and what do you think about D Ford actually getting any time this year playing?
I wouldn't expect it, man. I wouldn't expect it. He's got a mysterious back injury. I wouldn't expect it. I think they would have cut him if they financially could. They can't, so they had to restructure his deal and pray. So I wouldn't count on much. I mean, I think that's why Samson Ebukam on the team.
I think we're relying too much on him and Arden Key.
Arden
we don't
Key.
really have someone that's proven it.
Nope.
Besides
Bosa, no. Right. Bosa, I mean, Ebukam hasn't proven it.
Yeah. We need speed.
Hey, if Justin Houston's out there, why don't they give him a look?
Yeah, he'd be perfect.
Yep. Yep. Thanks, Rob.
Yep, no problem.
Have a good one. What's up, Niner Kid? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Los Altos, California.
Oh, nice. What's up? What's on your mind?
I was just wondering, who do you think we should trade for other than, Julio, or who should we sign other than Justin Houston?
I'll be okay with trading for a DB, a corner, One of the guys from the Patriots, J.C. Jackson, Stephon Gilmore. I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
I like.
You like that? You
Yeah.
like that? Yeah. I don't think they need another wide receiver as much as they need a corner. So I would say that one.
Yes.
If you put Gilmore and Verrett side by side, good luck.
That's nice.
That's nice, right? That's nice.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I got a dip, man. Good to see you. Call in next time.
Bye.
All right, have a good one. That's the show. Thank you, everyone. I tried my best to get everyone in, and I think I did. It is 11:51. It's time for everyone to go chill and get some lunch on this beautiful Saturday. I will be on Twitch at 3:00 today. I'll be on Discord in between. I got some videos to post, some articles to post. I got some three hours of work to do, but then when I'm done, I'll be on Twitch if you guys want to chill and talk about whatnots, various whatnots. So see you guys at 3:00 on Twitch, in between on Discord. Holler at me. I'll be around. See you guys.